Hello, you. It's me. And I was watching a video that Morgan Elena put out. I really enjoy her videos a lot. Anyway, she was going over that ridiculous live that Gypsy did with this great haircut. Hey, if she likes it, what do I care? But anyway, um, I'd forgotten something that Gypsy said, and I was reminded of it when I was watching the video. And that was, she said she did her time, she did her parole, she doesn't owe anyone anything. She doesn't have the show anymore. She is trying to stay out of the spotlight, off social media, even though she's on social media. What else do you want? And it just kind of made me laugh. Because I guess in a way she's right. She did her time, what she was given. Whether that was fair or unfair, that's what was ordered. She did her parole. She's now off parole. She doesn't owe anyone anything. True. But then, why would she think that we, as a society, owe her anything? We don't owe her grace. We don't owe her kindness. While she continues to make a spectacle out of herself, we don't owe her her privacy to look away. If she's in public, we can look at her, just like she can look at us. We don't owe her anything. She did a horrendous crime against her mother as well as against society. She did something that society has deemed really wrong. Really wrong, okay? That most people can't bounce back so quickly from. She got lucky. She doesn't understand that she got lucky. But we don't owe her anything. Society owes her nothing. Her job, because she has done something so heinous, so horrible, so despicable against society by committing such a horrific crime, she does owe society. She owes society to show the ability that she can be in that said society without harming anyone. Guess what? She's not doing a real good job, is she? She owes society remorse for what she did, learning from what happened, learning while she was in prison. It's called rehabilitation. She owes society that before we're supposed to allow her back into society. That didn't happen either. Like I said, she was lucky. She was lucky she got no time at all. Got out. A year and a half of parole? What's that? She murdered her mother, and that's what she gets out of it. 8.5 years and a year and a half of parole, and that's it. But that is what the judicial system decided to do. That doesn't mean we owe her anything. She still hasn't paid her debt to society. Now, legally speaking, yes, she has. Of course. She did her time. She did her parole, just like she said. But society doesn't have to accept that as enough. She took away a member of society, took their life. And it wasn't just anyone. It was her mother. took her mother's life. And personally, I think she should pay for the rest of her life. Which means that I will not give her any grace. I will not give her any kindness. And when she does something stupid, like say, I don't owe you anything, then I'm going to comment on it. Because you do. You went against society in a horrendous, in a horrible, hideous, outrageous, disgusting, despicable, unspeakable, at least on YouTube, unspeakable crime. Why do we owe you peace? We don't. We don't owe you peace. You have shown no remorse. You have shown you don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. Oh, you've learned so much and you're such a good mom now. No. You haven't even shown that you give a flying frick about that poor, beautiful little baby girl. You don't care. And name her the same name of the town, apparently, that you killed your mom in. Disgusting. You haven't learned shit. You just keep pushing the buttons. Society doesn't owe you either, Gypsy. We don't owe you peace. We don't owe you the ability to have a quiet existence. We don't owe you the ability to be left alone. And I guarantee you, you won't. The difference is that society won't do it in illegal ways. We're not going to go out and jab, jab, jab at you. We're not going to use a pew-pew. But when you go out in public and we see you, we might laugh at you. We might go, oh no, there's the murderer. Because, Gypsy, you need to understand, you're not special. The only thing that makes you stand out is your crime. You killed your mother. So I don't owe you peace and quiet. I don't owe you the ability to be left alone. You get what you get. Because that's what you earned. Now, if you had learned anything, had been remorseful for what you had done, had learned about it, had gone through some psychiatric care in order to try to help you to understand what you did, why you did it, and hopefully why you wouldn't do it again, actually did some work and some effort in order to change the person that you were in 2015 into a better individual who can live successfully in society in 2025. The problem is you didn't do that work. So how do you think you earned the right to be left alone? Because you didn't. You didn't earn anything. The only thing you earned is for us to jeer at you when you walk by. Because we don't like you and we don't think you should be in society because you did the most serious, heinous crime that anyone could ever imagine doing. With the aside of SAing. That is also an incredibly heinous crime. And most often people don't die during a assault. They live and have to live through that torture on and on over and over again for often the rest of their lives. So that too, it's hard to say which is worse, one that takes you away, or one that tortures you for the rest of your life. But see, that's why I feel like Gypsy got off way too light. She took someone's life away who maybe didn't have a lot of time left to begin with. But she still stole that life. And she should have done more to pay for society, or so I should say, to pay back to society for that heinous crime. But she didn't. And she has no remorse. She doesn't care. I don't care if she's quirky, funny, attractive. If you think I'm not into women. I can't see her as attractive because all I see is big M on her forehead written in blood. It doesn't matter about her fake personality quirks. I think they're fake. That's my opinion. None of that matters. What matters is one thing that Gypsy will never do is feel sorry. Feel horrible for her crime. Feel remorse. That's what people wanted to see. That's what people expected when Gypsy got out of prison in the first place. We expected her to be humble and to know what she did and to try to make amends for what she did by trying to give back to society, which is why it was so important for her to say that she wanted to be an advocate. I don't think anyone gives a fuck whether she's an advocate or not. But what they care about is that she's trying to do some work to give back to the society that she took away from. And she hasn't done that. That's what people care about. That's why they don't like you, Gypsy. Because you don't give back. You would give back. You would have humbled yourself. You would have had some tears fall, some genuine, real tears fall, because of the crime that you committed. And you gave none of that. So we don't owe you, Gypsy. We don't owe you peace. We don't owe you a nice, quiet life. We don't owe you that. Because you've done none of the work to atone for what you did. You sat in jail getting spray tans and watching TV. That's not atoning for what you did. That's not enough. Sitting in prison did nothing for you. You haven't done enough. And you probably never will. That's the sad part. But the absurdity of Gypsy Rose Blanchard saying, I did my time, I did my parole, I don't owe you fucking shit. That's the attitude that we don't like. And right back at you, bitch. We don't owe you anything either. We owe you nothing. I was going to say something, maybe I shouldn't. I was going to say something that would be very Gypsy coded right now. So sit and spin. That was the dumbest thing I think that has ever come out of my mouth in my life. Anyway, thank you for listening. And put some comments down below. I love to hear what you have to say. Or read what you have to say, whatever. Anyway, that is all I have got to say.
Shop at the mall whenever I want to and do all this kind of stuff, spend $1,000 at the mall and anything